What's up, YouTube? My name is RJ. I am with Harbuck Media. The question for today, what is success? When it comes to your social media platforms, how do you measure success? But before we get into that content, first, like the video if you don't mind. If you're not a subscriber, please become one today and smash that notification bell so that you're notified of all of our upcoming video content. If you have a question or a comment about this video or any of our previous videos, be sure to drop it down in the comment section and we will do our best to respond as quickly as possible. All right, let's get started.
Oh, fire and water me, going down this thing. Oh, bury me, carry me. Oh, far beneath, down to the river.
So how do you define success when it comes to your social media platforms? Success can be a difficult thing to define because it really depends upon the person, their perspective of life, the business that they're in, their goals. All of these things are going to change how a person determines what is success. The goal of the video today is to help you determine what your definition of success should be when it comes to your social media platforms, and maybe even help you put some realistic expectations on what your goals should be. You could kind of think of this almost like a sales funnel. It's not quite the same thing, and I don't really want to draw too much of a comparison to that, but you could think of it as that top of the funnel versus bottom of the funnel, what's easier to attain versus what's harder to attain, and being willing to take wins every step of the way, not just overlooking different steps of the process, but looking at it as, hey, this top of the funnel, that's a win just as much as the bottom of the funnel is a win. So let's start with success number one, views. If you're making videos, you want to make sure that those videos are being viewed. Now, how many views you get is going to depend upon the content that you're creating, your personality and presentation style, and even the platform there that you're using. So I don't want to necessarily put a number on it and say that this number of, 10,000 views or something like that is a success, because again, depending on the platform, 5 views could be success. It just depends upon who is viewing that video, where those views are coming from, and do you see an upward trend? I would say that's the biggest thing. Do you see an upward trend over time? And I would say even, 6 months to a year of minimum of creating consistent video content before you can even begin to judge that. So it's not saying that, 500 views is not good or 5 views isn't good. Again, it just depends on where those views are coming from and who they're coming from, and then how long you've been doing it. And we just want to see some upward trajectory over time. What about impressions? Let's talk about those likes and comments. Views can be easy to get depending on the platform. Likes and comments can be more challenging. However, likes and comments are very important when it comes to the algorithm. So just like views, we want to see these things going up over time, but it's not easy to get likes and comments, more so comments over likes. Likes can be easier to get than comments, but comments can be very challenging. And so we just want to see growth over time, not necessarily an expectation of a certain number, while recognizing that these two things are still towards the top of that funnel. These things are easier to get than the things we're going to talk about next. Third, let's talk about followers and subscribers. If you've got an audience that's consistently watching your content, then you would expect for those people to transfer from just being a casual viewer to a follower or subscriber of your content. And so again, just like with views and comments and likes, we do want to see this trending upwards over time, but this is even harder to get because you've got to convince someone through your content that you are providing something that they want to see more often. And so you've got to reach that person, not on a personal level, because again, we're talking about social media. We're talking about just putting out videos about your products and your services as a business. But you've got to be able to convince that person through those videos and through those image posts, through those tweets or whatever it is, that they want to follow you and see more from you. And so this is challenging, but this is an important step in the process of going from that top of the funnel to more of that middle of the funnel funnel and ultimately down to that final sale. Now let's talk about website clicks. If you're a business owner, this is probably where you start to define success. We're not even necessarily to a true qualified lead yet, but a website click is important. That means that someone is actually interested in the service or product that you have to offer. The challenging thing is that as a business owner, you really just want to skip ahead to this process. This is what you're looking for. You're looking for someone to come and visit your website and then schedule a call or buy a product. But you can't skip that top of the funnel. You have to start by reaching out to a bunch of people and convincing those people that you are a trustworthy product, a trustworthy brand, that they should engage with your content and with your product. And so that's why it's important to identify that views and likes and comments and followers and subscribers, these are all wins. We do want to see these things growing because they are necessary. The larger that top of the funnel, the more people we have watching, the more people we have liking and commenting, the more subscribers and followers we have, the more likely we are going to have people naturally and organically transferring from those views to then website clicks. And then again, we can even put ad revenue behind that and maybe even push that ball a little bit more forward and reach those people a little bit more quickly. But website clicks aren't enough. Just because somebody clicks on your website does not necessarily mean that they're actually going to follow through and purchase your service or your product. And so ultimately, we want to see someone schedule a call with your sales team. We want to see that sale go through. Depending upon your business, again, depending upon your sales team, there's a percentage. You know your percentage of, conversion rates of, actually having a conversation and selling your product or service. But we have to get to that point. And so just like everything that's come before, that sale is a win. We definitely are happy when we make that sale, but there's a process before that. We start with those views, we move on to those likes and comments, those impressions, that engagement. We move on from there into getting people to follow us, to subscribe to our channels so that we can reach them more often and really target those types of individuals. And we can even look at those individuals and what they like and see that they are following our content, and then use ads to target people like them. So that's an important step in the process. And then the whole goal of that is to, bring those ads and bring those people into website clicks. And then once we get them to the website, we optimize that website design so that then those individuals are turned into, sales calls, that you're able to convert those into customers, into clients. But every step of this process needs to be seen as a win, needs to be seen as success. And so it is just as important to view a large amount of views, or again, just trending upwards, views over time. It's important to see that as a success just as much as that sale is a success, because it all starts from posting that content originally and getting as many eyes on it as possible. All right, that's it for the video today. I hope that you found this helpful and encouraging. I hope that it really is encouraging, especially if you're starting out this process and you're not necessarily seeing a lot of views. It takes time, but the process works. We build that top of the funnel so that we can have a lot at the bottom of the funnel too. So this is a process that is proven to work, and I hope that this video has encouraged you to continue in that process, to put in the time and the effort to grow your sales and your marketing process. If this video was helpful to you today, please give us a like. And again, if you're not a subscriber already, become one today and smash that notification bell so that you are notified of all of our upcoming video content. If you have any questions or comments about this video or any of our other videos, or just the topic of marketing and of creating videos and your social media channels, any questions or comments you have about that, be sure to drop it down in the comment section below, and we will do our best to respond to you as quickly as possible. Thank you so much for watching this video today. We'll catch you next time.
Oh, fire and water me, going down deep, sing, bury me, carry me, far beneath, down to the river.